kind of look like a lesbian lunch lady. Which isn't an insult. It's just like, that's what I look like. Oh my God. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Zhariya Smith, and I typically make commentary videos just like this one. So if you guys happen to like that, you happen to just like my gorgeous face, make sure to subscribe down below and hit the notification button to get notified every single time I post, which happens to be on Mondays and on Fridays. I think that's like the fastest that I've ever done my intro before. But either way, hello. Today's candle is the lava candle. I love it dearly, as we all know at this point. And today has been a very interesting, well, this week has been a very interesting week in the social media world. And while I can talk about so many things, I decided that I wanted to talk about the reason why Black women are doing a kind of deep dive, but also like not really, on why Black women love Chris Evans so much. And you might be like, Zhariya, no one cares about this. And that's not true, because I tweeted about this video and I did get replies saying that I should make the video. So, you know, if you want to tell me to not make videos, follow me on Twitter and tell me on there, because, you know, whatever. But all of that aside, I think this is very funny, and I do want to give a quick disclaimer. I guess I have to do these now because people keep on giving me like mean comments. I'm not saying that all Black women like Chris Evans. I'm also not saying that Black women have to like Chris Evans. I'm not saying that only Black women like Chris Evans. And also, I'm right and you're wrong. So, that, no. But still, basically, I'm not saying that this is literally all Black women. I'm just saying about, it is very interesting that there is a huge, large internet presence of Black women that happen to love Chris Evans a lot, specifically on TikTok and on Twitter. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. Either way, what prompted me to make this video was a little TikTok that I happened to see, and I'll put it on the screen now.
Wait, yo, just think about this. But what if y'all see a news headline that said Chris Evans called somebody a It's not funny, but I'll just laugh at the fact how Black girls are so in love with him. I know they would be so.
So basically, the TikTok was this guy saying like, oh, if there was a headline saying that Chris Evans had said the N-word, like, how would you react, essentially? So I personally would only believe that Chris Evans had said the N-word if it were a situation to where it was like, oh, he was 16 years old or in high school or something along those lines and had said the N-word. Though I don't even think that like video recording was a thing then, not to drag him for being older, like, at all. But that's what I would believe. I would not believe that Chris Evans in 2021 would be saying the N-word, or even in 2013, unless it was for like a movie, you know, genuinely. And then this TikTok kind of went viral. And people started doing stitches. What stitches are basically where you do the first part of a video and then you reply with your own opinions on that clip. So I'm going to play you one of my favorite ones to this TikTok.
Wait, yo, just think about this. But what if y'all see a news headline that said Chris Evans called somebody a Ho! 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 Not my Captain America! Not my Cap!
Isn't that great? Isn't that just dandy? I love Chris Evans, honestly, but I think this is like, not to get all social and political commentary on you guys, but I do think it's very interesting to look at why so many Black people happen to like, you know, Chris Evans and not, for instance, Chet Hanks. Let me not mention Chet Hanks on this channel because some people get angry when I do that, apparently. But if you do not know, you might be asking me, Zhariya, who is Chris Evans? There are a lot of famous Chris's in the world, so I'm not even gonna like knock on you for not knowing who Chris Evans is. But basically, he's an American actor. He is 39 or 40. His name is Christopher Robert Evans, but you might see on Twitter people calling him Christopher Jamal Evans, which I'm going to get into later. But he's best known for being Captain America for like pretty much like almost a decade. And it was recently in Knives Out. And if you haven't watched Knives Out, you need to watch it right now, because Chris Evans in this movie is just, I love when you get to see actors like act in things that they don't typically do and then they do so well. It just makes me so happy. But that is Chris Evans. Now, honestly, for me, You might know Chris Evans from Captain America, and I'm not even gonna like be like, I knew him before you guys. But I happened to fall in love with Chris Evans when I was about 10 years old. When I was scrolling, I think it must have come on like cable TV, and I saw Not Another Teen Movie for the first time, and I saw Chris Evans' character, and I immediately fell in love with him. Like, I immediately fell in love with him, and I was like, I need to know everything about this man right now. He was also in Scott Pilgrim, which is also one of my favorite movies. Literally, I'm gonna watch it in theaters in like a couple days. So I love Scott Pilgrim so much, and Chris Evans is also in that movie, and I loved him then as well. So Chris Evans, for me, has been around my whole life. Well, he has been around my whole life, but like, I love him so much, and he's such a great actor too. But either way, if you want to know how this all started, why suddenly there is a huge boom of Black women and Black men and Black non-binary people, Black people in general, loving Chris Evans, it's all started, at least to my knowledge, that apparently there was a rumor that Chris Evans liked Black girls. And I mean, if you look at him in interviews, whenever a Black girl interviews him, you would see him more nervous when Black girls were interviewing him than he would with like white women or other women, like other women as well, which I find very, very interesting, like genuinely. And I mean, looking as a Black person who typically does not deal with white men or really most men liking me, I do happen to notice those little things. Also, the rumor says that he didn't want to admit that he likes Black girls because apparently Hollywood would blacklist him and not let him be like cast in leads and stuff like that for like liking Black women instead of like other women, which I think is stupid. But also, honestly, I wouldn't even put it past Hollywood to think like that, you know? But yeah, that's how this rumor came from. And then ever since then, we see so much more evidence that Chris Evans likes Black girls. And it's just really funny to me because I think even like on social media in general, whenever we see an attractive person, we're meaning like, does this person like Black girls, or does he like, you know, light-skinned girls or anything like that? You know, we're always like trying to wonder and get like a feel for like what people like, you know? Personally, for me, like, I happen to tolerate the occasional white man, like Chris Evans or Young Gravy or Pete Davidson, Machine Gun Kelly, Paul Rudd, Timothy Chalamet, Johnny Depp. I take that back. I happen to like and tolerate a lot of white men. But yeah, so I feel like that Black women like to feel loved. And the fact that Chris Evans, you know, appears to like Black women, that gives Black women the illusion that, hey, maybe one day I could have a chance with Chris Evans. I probably don't have a chance with Chris Evans, but, you know, someone might, you know, that's one of his fans and whatnot, you know. So here are some reasons why I think Chris Evans is great. And also I feel like this also like feeds into women liking Chris Evans a whole lot more. Is honestly the first thing that comes to my mind is the fact that Chris Evans at like award shows, if you've never seen clips of Chris Evans at award shows, whenever female actresses, mostly that I've seen were Black, but I know he has helped like Betty White up the stairs too, but whenever they're winning an award, he will get out of his seat if he's like closer to the front, and he'll escort them up the stairs, because, you know, when you're wearing heels, long dress, if you ever know that feeling of being in high heels and a long dress, specifically with the train, you know, if you walk upstairs, you could potentially die. So he helps women upstairs, which is like, oh, such a gentleman, you know. And then I also read in this Medium article, when I was researching this, which weirdly there are literal articles on why Black women love Chris Evans, which makes me feel more validated that like what I'm talking about matters to like someone. But in the article, it says, Black women love Chris Evans. It ain't an, oh, he's handsome type of adoration. It's a, I will throw all of me onto his face type of fascination that would rival the thirst of Idris Elba or Michael B. Jordan. I don't know who Idris Elba is. I can look him up, actually. Oh, he's not really cute. He's not my type, like, at all. Michael B. Jordan, though. Michael B. Jordan is also chef's kiss type of man. But yeah, that's very interesting to me. Like, even like when I see like Chris Evans / Black, like Black, like Your Name, like fanfics, And there's just so much like of a community of Black women that love Chris Evans, and I think it is so pure and genuine, and it is just so funny, funky, fresh, whatever you want to call it. And then all jokes aside, when we think about, I've been talking about like, oh, Chris Evans is this, Chris Evans is that. This is why Black women like him. But I genuinely want to tell you from like a social, and like I am minoring in media studies, so I do have a general understanding of some of the social media. Like I'm getting a degree literally in social media, so I get some of these things. And for me personally, what I'm seeing is that Black women like to feel loved. They like to feel wanted. And typically in, U.S. Western cultures, typically Black women are seen as ugly and disgusting. Specifically, darker Black women, not necessarily like lighter ones. But still, Black women as a whole are generally very fetishized, very unloved, very sexualized, and then very masculinized. Like it's very much like if you're a light and pretty Black woman, then you're great. But if you're darker, and not curvy, then suddenly you're a man and you're ugly and you're disgusting, and are only good to like sleep with, and like that's it, And growing up and seeing that, and literally there's a TikTok trend, which I shouldn't even say it's a trend. It's just because it's been happening for like over a year, well, more than a year, my whole life. But specifically on social media, there are a lot of like Black men and white men, and not necessarily Asian or Hispanic men that I've been seeing, but specifically with white and Black men, I've been seeing a lot of like trends of them saying like, oh yeah, I would never date a Black girl. Black girls are so ugly. Black girls are so ghetto. Black girls are so uneducated. Can you look at me? Can you look at me in my face and tell me that I am ghetto and uneducated? Can you sit here and look at me and tell me that to my face? Like, huh? And it's just very interesting to me. I mean, growing up for me, I was always told like I was pretty for a Black girl, and I'm not like other Black girls, and really I'm just a suburbanized Black girl that grew up in a predominantly white area, which is the reason why I talk the way that I talk, and I like the things that I like. Is that a problem? No. But it's just very interesting to me to see stuff like that. And there's actually a TikTok. I'll show you one of these. It might be copyrighted, so I'm just going to put it over mine. Basically, the audio is like the, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 like that song. I could probably do it. I'll put it in. But yeah, it's like saying like, oh, like, would you like Black girls? And it's like, oh no, I would never like Black girls. Like, we don't want you. Like, we literally do not want you. Like, specifically him, like, he is not really that attractive. And like, attractiveness is relative to the person, like, whatever. But if any man that says that another literal race is ugly for just being that race is already unattractive to me, and you can just stop talking right there. I don't need to look at you anymore. I don't need to hear you speak anymore, because there's nothing else you can provide to me that makes me, want to talk to you ever. It's sad how there's just like a genuine trend to hate Black women, and then when Black women speak up about it, aka me, Madison Brown, many other commentary channels like Amanda, it's Keisha, As Told by Kenya, so many Black women speaking out about how horribly we're mistreated, and then we get bombarded with like, oh, like, you're wrong, like telling us that we're crazy and all this stuff. Very gaslight, very gatekeep, very gaslight gatekeep type of energy. But specifically for me, I know that recently I mentioned Chet Hanks earlier in this video, and it's because I made the decision, this is an announcement, I guess. I made the decision to private my White Boy Summer video. It got picked up by the algorithm, and I got like thousands of views, which I typically don't get on my videos. And while I made a very innocent video about White Boy Summer and my thoughts about it, and then calling out Chet Hanks for his racist past, and, cultural appropriation, which, obviously, if you're doing that, like, why would I, like, I'm going to call you out on something that you've done literally last year. It's not a situation where it's like, oh, he did it when he was 13. Like, no, this is literally last year. And I called him out for this, and I said the term that White Boy Summer feels like a threat, which, can you sit here and tell me that it literally doesn't? And then after I said that, I went on Twitter. I saw other people saying that White Boy Summer sounded like a threat. But for some reason, because I'm a Black woman and I was speaking about, being unloved, that, sparked a lot of hate comments. And the like to dislike ratio was literally like 60-40, and 60 was the dislikes. So many horrible comments. Also, similarly, in my video where I react to, what's his name? Cohen Nanik, I reacted to his videos where he talks about like how reasons why white men like black women, which was very gross and predatory and just not a vibe towards like black women. And I mentioned that and I reacted to that, and people were being like, oh, well, black women, because I made the statement that in my personal experience, a lot of black men call black women ugly and think black women are undesirable, and say that, oh, like, I'm good for a black girl because I'm quote unquote lighter and I'm quote unquote like not ghetto and speak right or whatever. And I gave my personal experience about, in my personal experience in my area, I hear a lot of black men saying that they do not like black women and will see a black woman and immediately disregard them unless they're light-skinned. Like, am I lying in this? Like, this is my personal experience. You can see on social media and all this stuff. And for some reason, that struck a nerve in a lot of black men. So there's also a lot of hate comments on that video from mostly black men towards me for being a black woman and sharing my experience. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, so I share my experiences and then I get literally harassed. So it's nice. All that's to say, it's nice to see a white man who, we don't even know if Chris Evans likes black girls or not. This is literally all speculation. But it's nice to just see that someone wants black women. That's all it is. That's all you can ever want, is to be wanted. And I feel like that when you're black, specifically a woman, that your pickings are very, very slim.
Double homicide.
Bitch.
I'm sorry.
Because a lot of people just don't like black women. You know? Either way, that's my video. I hope you guys like it. And if you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up because it really, really, really helps small channels like mine. Make sure to also subscribe because I really want to get to 3,000 subscribers. I know it's like April 23rd, but I really want to get to 3,000 subscribers. Hopefully by this time in May. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so please subscribe. And yeah, so make sure to stay happy and stay healthy. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.